Brian Smith.
Hey, Mike. I know you guys have been playing small ball, whatever we want to call it, for a while now, I mean, since February. But I wonder, can you go back to February when you were talking with Daryl, or just with your coaches internally, trying to figure out and deciding ultimately that this was the best way for you guys to play, considering your roster and to maximize the talents you already had on the team?
Well, it was just collectively trying to, having the thought that probably the way we were constructed, we were going to come up short again. And, why not go all in? We thought that by the analytics and numbers that our best lineup was going small. If we could do some trades and add another perimeter guy like Robert Covington to the mix, would even enhance the possibilities even more. So it's just, kind of working through that issue, not totally knowing, but once we made the decision to go all in and thinking, and we still think this is the best way to play this team. And I know that a lot of people will say, well, you do this, do that. And at the end of the day, maybe we couldn't get it done. But this is the best way to try to get it done. And I'm fully confident. I think we can for sure. I know we can win this way. We just have to play well, come up with big plays, and persevere through being tired and having other guys step up other than James. And now with Russell out, try to get him back. But, Eric has to come up huge. Daniel House has to, he hasn't played a lot of playoffs. He has to be big and go forward on that. But I don't think there's any doubt in the organization that this is the best way to go.
Randy McElvoy.
Hey, Mike. Two quick questions. Does it feel like the playoffs are here? I mean, you're in a totally different environment. As somebody mentioned earlier, there's no fans. I want to describe what it's like right now, what it feels like now that the postseason is about to start. There's usually so much more to it, but you guys are isolated. And secondly, what do you sense from the players? You guys have been there for a while now. Can you sense in their eyes that they're ready for this postseason run now?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the feeling is about the same, actually. It might be different when you walk into the arena right before the game. The noise level with the crowd at home or as a playoff, that'll be different. But I think the nerves are still the same. Stomachs are turning over right now, and knowing that tomorrow's a big day, and everybody's looking forward to it. They're looking forward to getting it on, and I feel the players are dialed in totally. Film sessions, just talking to them individually in the middle room. We see a lot more of them here than we would normally. So, yeah, the talk is centered on what we need to do, how we need to do it. And instead of, and I like it, we're contained, and instead of having outside influence talking to them all the time, wherever they go, it's mostly the teammates and the coaches, and yeah, I feel like they're really focused. But it's good if it's right for us, and other teams will be focused too. That's why I think we'll have some great games come out, like you saw Portland and Memphis. I mean, that was a great game for a play-in. That was one of very high-level game, and I think you're going to see a lot of that in these, even in the first series, going to be a lot like that.
We'll take two more. Michael Shapiro.
Hey, Coach. Oklahoma City's three-guard lineup has kind of really shredded teams this year. What do you think are some of the keys to stopping that unit specifically?
Well, the biggest thing is we got to keep in front of us, and that's easy for me to say, and be able to know when to help and when not to help. And they're very smart. All three of them have playmaking abilities, and you're talking about one of the best playmakers in Chris Paul that's probably ever played the game. So they're smart, and they use their bodies and angles, and they produce. We have to counteract it with great team defense, great activity, just being on point with our rotations, know who to rotate to and who not to go for fakes, not fouling them. And they've been really super in the last 5 minutes of games. And because they have not only those three guys, but Gallinari has got a mentality of a point guard. and he's smart. So you got 4 guys out there that just don't turn the ball over and get you in bad positions, and they take advantage of it. So yeah, it's going to be a great test for being able to have basketball intelligence and do the right thing.
Last one, Brian Bearfield.
Coach, have you gotten a chance to look at them, Oklahoma City, in these last 8 games, or are you all just taking what you've had from them before and using that going forward in the playoffs?
I would say we watched. Well, I watched them all. I mean, not a whole lot else to do here when you're in the bubble. So, and we took mostly how they're playing right now, and that's that was 4 months ago. The other, we played them back in, I forget when, in January or whatever it was, and we had Clint. And so it's a completely different game. So most of the stuff we're taking is what they've been doing the last 3 weeks.